G'day, it's Brak Da Warboss here, and it's the 27th of December. It's a lovely, beautiful day down here in Oz, and I've woken up to some interesting news, which you've probably already heard because most of you have probably seen this while you were up and while I was asleep. But anyway, so let's go and have a look at it. It's all about orcs, and it's I'm pretty excited, but let's go over to Warhammer community site and check it out. Alright, well, here we are. The boys are back with another wave of Ork releases in this week's Sunday preview. So there's no real big surprise here. We sort of knew this was going to come. They said it was going to come, and it's finally here. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to be getting the new boys and bosses, but I just thought I'd read that. Yeah, look, some people may dream of a white Christmas, but as we all know, green is truly the best, Marketing palaver. The green tide is ready to roll over your battlefields as the Ork boys receive their long-awaited glow up. The set includes 10 of these hulking green-skinned warriors. One is, that says IA, but I'm sure it isn't is, typos. You'd think with all the money that they make, they'd pay for an editor, wouldn't you? But no, they don't. One is armed with the choice of big shooter or a rocket launcher, while the unit boss wields either a power claw or a seriously big chopper, packed with detail and mean as you like. They're spoiling to show some Umis who's boss. Okay. So they're saying there's going to be options for a big shooter and a rocket. So I'd say that there'd be this guy here. Look, I think they're all going to be monoposed, or not really monoposed there. So it's not really the right word, but sorry. Have a cup of coffee and see if the brain works. And wow. Okay, look, I think we're going to be very similar. Look, they look very similar to the boys we already see in the box. So hopefully they're not saying, and I don't know. I don't know. I'd be very surprised if it is. We'll have to wait for the leaks to come out to tell us about that. If you're wanting for separate boys with shooters and sluggers, it doesn't look from this picture that they're going to do it. So that's a little bit of a minus. Yeah, especially for the new people. Not for some of us who had orcs, because you can still use your old boys. And so you can fit them out however you like, but I don't know, and I don't think it's looking good. Don't think it's looking good. And speaking of war bosses, more specifically war bosses, 2 or more are coming to lead your boys to victory. One is clad in big slabs of mega armor and looks ready to cut down anything in his path with a huge chopper and shoulder-mounted grot. Man, a big shooter. If Dakar is your thing. While the other has a classic combi version and power claw loadout and comes with a vicious attack squid. Okay, so it's nice to see. Look, I've been screaming out for war bosses, and we're sort of getting like separate war bosses. See, unfortunately, this was the old Gruck, wasn't it? Who seems to come with a whole lot of knobs. So hopefully, and this, they don't say it specifically, but this does tend to sort of leave heavily swaying that this is going to be separate. And if that's true, and I think it is, then yay. They finally listened. They did it. That's great. And people have been asking for this out of the box anyway. So that's nice. That's the combat patrol box, by the way. if you're a bit unconfused, but I'm sure most of you know. But if you're new, then there's a combat patrol box, and it's reasonably expensive. And then what they're really doing is they're just taking out the stuff and they're packing up into new boxes, and so we can get just one or two. Yeah, it's sort of better for long-term collectors in a way, or those people with limited cash options, because this hobby, it is a bit of a costly one, I'm sad to say, but it is what it is. Having field tested the latest flying contraptions in the Combat Patrol Orks, the Met Boys are pleased to announce that the Defcopters are finally ready for the Flyboys to saddle up. Yeehaw! You get 3 of these Flyboys, and they're perfectly safe and not at all rickety-looking flying car in the set. Hooray! 2 of the Defcoppers are equipped with copter rockets, while the other has a custom mega blaster and an aptly named Big Bomb. So, yeah, this is basically what's coming straight out of the box and in. Unfortunately, there won't be many options for you to kit and bash, so you have to come with that. So it does make it a little bit hard for those that want to play. If you want all rockets or all custom mega blasters and the big bomb, then you're going to have to get more, or get really handy with the hobby knife. It's not ideal. A lot of us old hobbyists would prefer they went back to the old ways, but they're not going to do it, and I just think we've lost up on that one. We can be angry and kick up a stink as much as we like, but hey, it's just not going to happen, and this is what you're going to get. And then, so coming out in about a fortnight. So what's that? That's about the 8th of January. So, yeah, that's that. All right. Plus, they're talking about. Look, I won't go into much. So they're talking about this is you can buy this right now. Age of Sigma. There's some. Look, he's a nice looking model. There are some conversion opportunities there. So if you are 40k, then you probably can do that. Like, it's not bad. I'm not going to rush out and buy it because money's tight and I've got a nice big pile of shame as it is. And then there's just other stuff. So, okay, 2 weeks time, we are getting contents out of the Combat Patrol box. Mix up nice little boxes. Prices, don't know, but I bet you I would not be surprised if these are a little bit more expensive than what the current boy box is. As soon as I find out, I'll let you know. So on the 8th, when they do the show, when they release it, I'll probably go onto the website and we'll have a look and we'll discuss it there. So that's it. New news, not surprising news. What do you think? Do you like the idea? Do you not like the idea? Have you got all the boys you don't really need anymore? Or are you new and you wouldn't mind getting your hands on some of these? Tell me what your thoughts are. Comment below. Let's have a discussion. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, subscribe and share. Do all the algorithmic things. And if you would like to help me out financially, there's always Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. The links are in the description. Okay, trying to toddle off. So remember, if you go on crumpin', you've got to bash early and bash often.